Okay, so we have now loaded all of our Open AR transactions. We've cleared out the import AR customer balance. And now we just need to prepare a validation file that we can keep for reference in case our financial statement auditors ask for the documentation. So I'm going to show you how to create a custom AR aging with the Customer Internal ID included, and then how to use my OptimalData AR tie-out file that's available in the class notes. So to start, we're going to go ahead and go to the Customer AR Aging Summary, and then I'm going to click Customize Summary. And in the name, I'm just going to call this OptimalData AR Aging Summary. And then in the Customer Project, I'm going to scroll down, grab the internal ID. I'm going to move that over to the left, and then we'll just call this Customer Internal ID. Click Save. And I've got the correct date and subsidiary. And so I'm going to go ahead and export this out. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab the top, just the data, not the headers. And we'll go ahead and populate that into my NetSuite AR Aging tab. Now you can already see to start that I've got some totals in here that are going to throw off my balance because I'm not going to have a customer. So what I would recommend doing is we can add a quick filter here, and we can just go ahead and select all the blanks, and then we can just delete those rows. And then we'll just want to make sure that our total still matches. So 457152 still matches there. So that's good. Okay, so now let's grab our QuickBooks AR Aging, which I've already ran. If you don't know how to run this out of QuickBooks, I've got instructions in the class notes. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to grab just the data, and I'm going to copy and paste that into my spreadsheet. And here we can see the exact same issue, right? We've got totals, subtotals included. And so here, now there's not really a great way to filter this. So I would recommend you could just kind of use the formatting and you just delete the rows as needed. And then you can just re-add the formulas, the sum formulas here pretty easily. Okay, and then, so in the QuickBook AR Aging tab, I've got a formula that's looking up the name ID, and then I've got a sum ifs formula that's pulling that name ID to see what's the amount in NetSuite. So we can just copy and paste that formula, and we can see here that I've got a couple issues with the children, right? So these are the ones that had children and the name ID isn't working. So in this case, you're going to need to go to your name map, and there's a couple of options you can do here. So we can either go in to our template, and we can see right here, I can see like, oh, I've got this 0969 Ocean View in the QuickBooks column. It's got everything. So you can either just go ahead and, if you've only got a couple of these, maybe just manually add them and map them to the same place. And so now that first one, although I guess here you can see what's happening is QuickBooks includes a couple spaces. So what I would recommend doing is actually just doing a nice trim formula that should remove all the white spaces. So now that fixed our 0969 Ocean View. So that's option number one. And then I'd say option number two would be you could, if you've got a bunch of these, I mean, I guess you could either copy, if you're confident the NetSuite name is right, you copy and paste it from there. And and that will fix it. Or these are the 3 that we deleted. You could, if you've got a bunch of these, do the text to columns and do this delimited based on the colon. Get that, and then we're mapping those to the same. So a couple different options, and that should fix our aging. And so now we've got the total. I don't need a total on the name ID. So that's excellent. Pulling in, and then on the AR aging, we'll do the same thing where I'm going to copy my formula. Add the sum for the total, and now I've got no variance. So, all right, there's a little more work in this one than the AP side because you've got those potential issue with the parent-child relationship with the customers, but you should be able to manage that pretty easily. Okay, so that is the end of the process for loading your Open AR transactions. There's going to be one final course page with some final kind of checklists to double check. You'll want to make sure you turn the auto numbering back on and some other reminders. And yeah, so thanks for watching this section.